Okay, so this evening we are in Flight Sim 2020 flying the TBM930. I'm flying over Miami, so you can see the city out there, and there's the international airport just over to our side. And if we go and have a look on little nav map, I'm about to turn 90 degrees to the left, which I'm going to do now. And I've just been given clearance for landing at Miami Executive. But obviously I'm going to have to join the pattern, and it just so happens there's a massive fog bank in the way. So I'm going to go to 225 degrees. I've overshot the entry point slightly, but it's not too much. I guess we could shorten this up a bit, couldn't we? Go for 200 degrees. Take another 25 off, and then curve in to the pattern. Except it's not really a pattern because of the thick fog. We're going to be doing an instrument approach. Now we're at 2,000 feet. Normally you'd be 2,500 feet for entering the ILS way back here, but I imagine we can do it before that. So let's change our heading again to 270. Whoops, too much. So we're now turning in to join the pattern, so we can watch this happen on little nav map. The plane's happily flying along on its autopilot. I've already got landing clearance, so they told me to enter a left pattern. So I've drawn a pattern onto little nav map. I've drawn a big pattern because of the ILS and because of the cloud, so I can at least make some sense of it. This isn't a real world procedure at all, this is just me playing around. You can see there's the airfield over there, and you will see I'm going to have to approach directly through the cloud, which is wonderful. So I've just been given landing clearance. So I need to pull up this and acknowledge.
Clear to land runway 9 right, Daher Bravo Echo Kilo.
So we'll have a 12 knot headwind when we come in. If you're not aware of this, what they've just called me, even though the control tower initially called me Golf Juliet Bravo Echo Kilo, they then shortened it to the final 3 letters. Once the tower has shortened your call sign, you can then respond as the shortened call sign. Obviously, if you then change frequency to another controller, you then have to use your full call sign again, but if they shorten it, then you can shorten it as a pilot while talking to that station. Hopefully that makes sense. So okay, I'm going to turn left now. So we come back into the cockpit and we turn to 180.
Flexjet 570 on 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet altimeter.
And we're going to come off the throttle. But not that much, because otherwise we get that annoying reminder in the TBM930 where it tries to tell us that we haven't put our gear down.
And maintain 2,000 feet, Flexjet 572.
Okay. So we're flying along quite happily. We're bleeding speed off as we go, because remember we're going to be going downhill in a minute as well, so that's going to be another problem. We're trying to slow down. There's nobody else coming in on this path, so that's good. Keep an eye on the speed. We're getting a little bit slow. We are getting to the speed where we can drop the flaps, which will help arrest our descent. I'll just hold it above that speed for the moment, using the throttle. So we're holding steady, 125 knots, we're just under 2,000 feet. It's getting dark. Don't do things by halves, do I? Let's turn that master caution off, we don't need that. What's it complaining about anyway? Fuel imbalance. Oh, we haven't got the fuel pumps on auto. That's really great. That's the aircraft wasn't automatically It's that one, isn't it? Not that. Yeah. The aircraft wasn't set up correctly when I got into it. It's not unusual for Flight Simulator, is it? So we are now going to turn left to 90. If I can keep the mouse on. We are going to cut the engine at this point and drop. Okay, we come off the autopilot and we put the gear down.
Cleared ILS, runway 9er, right approach. Altimeter tree, 0.09er, wind 0.9er, 6 at 12.
And now
Flex jet flight, 70 or 300 feet above your
we're just trying to trim the airplane out a little bit.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet altimeter, tree 0.09er.
Move our view down. So you can now see the glide slope there, and we can see a diamond there, meaning we are very high. That's fine. We've actually got much better visibility than I thought we would. I thought we were going to have no visibility whatsoever during the approach. So I'm watching for this diamond to raise back up, which will mean we're on the glide slope. So yeah, this is not going to be a problem to land at all after all of that. That's the marker beacon, you can hear beeping. So the cloud's cleared for me after all of the effort of setting up the radio and flying a pattern, and you never can tell, can you? We're still very high. Although that line of trees in front of the runway doesn't look great, does it? Don't fancy hitting them. Or dodging them, I should say. So I'm basically gliding in. It's holding 100 knots at this descent rate. Now we're getting past that tree line. I guess we can dive a little bit more, try and get back on the glide slope. Yeah, here comes the glide slope. Just bringing it in, flaring it out. TBM really doesn't like slowing down, does it? And we're down. Nice and gently. Flaps back up. Brakes on.
Clear to land runway 9er right.
And exit the runway.
Time on the runway. Wind 0.9er 6 at 12.
So we will go and
Bravo Echo, Kilo exit runway when able.
we've done that.
Daher Bravo Echo Kilo contact ground on 121.7.
So acknowledge the ground handoff.
Going to 121.7 Daher Bravo Echo Kilo.
Tune ground. Request taxi to parking, and there's parking.
Ground Daher Golf. Juliet Bravo Echo Kilo taxi to parking.
Daher Golf, Juliet Bravo Echo Kilo taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway hotel.
Yep, that's where I am now. Acknowledge taxi clearance.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway hotel Daher Bravo Echo Kilo.
Let's get this out of the way so we can see where we're going. So should we turn some of these lights off? Taxi lights are on, pulse off, nav off, strobe off. Let's park here. Okay, so I think we'll call that a day. So yeah, that was a little flight into Miami Executive. You can see we arranged the pattern, but we really had no need to in the end because the cloud disappeared in time for us coming in, which is sod's law really. But there you go, another flight in the book. I'll stop the video there.